Hello, welcome to Sense of Beauty by Stephanie. I am Stephanie. I love showing you detailed tutorials all about makeup, skincare, and curly hair. So if any of those interest you, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I'll be uploading videos each week for you. Today's video is going to be all about how I achieve all of this volume on my fine curly hair. So I'm going to take you step by step through my styling routine, how I apply my products, how I diffuse, and how I finish off to get this look. Before I jump into styling, I thought it might be helpful for you to see what my hair looks like at this point. It has been a full week since I last washed my hair. So let's see, I haven't seen what it looks like. It's been up in this messy bun for maybe 3 days now. So this is how I've run around the house and run around with the kids and running errands. And I've slept with it like this. So, and I haven't even done anything to my hair since wash day. I do typically like to refresh my hair like 3 or 4 times throughout the week. And then I'll put it up in like a messy bun or half of it up or something for the last 2 or 3 days. But this week in particular, I did nothing to it since wash day. So here's what it looks. Okay, so this is how my hair looks when it's been a week. The curls are stretched out. It's just kind of all messy and frizzy. And I can just feel on my scalp that I need to like get my scalp nice and clean. So I'm going to wash and I'll be right back. So at this point, my hair is still very wet. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my first product. I like to start off with some type of curl cream, or in this case, I am using the Curl Keeper Original. It's a more of a runny serum-like consistency. It's very lightweight. It just kind of helps with my definition, reducing some frizz. It kind of helps plump up my curls. So I smooth it in with praying hands. I flip and I add a little bit more, and I do the same thing to the other side. I am applying a generous amount of this. Typically, if I'm using some other type of curl cream, I probably use half of the amount of what you see me using here, but I never have issues with this product in particular weighing my hair down, so I go in with quite a bit of it. I am now using a brush. This is I'm simply using this brush in order to more evenly distribute the product throughout my hair. I'm not necessarily using it to brush style my hair and create these curl clumps and ringlets. I'm just trying to distribute that product through. However, it does achieve smaller clumps because it is separating my curl clumps as I brush through, which I also like as well. And then I go ahead and I begin scrunching. I like to scrunch right after my first product is applied, just so I can really get my curls to begin forming. I'm applying some more water here. I typically don't, but I'm kind of going a little bit slower because I'm filming this routine, but typically I can just go through it pretty quickly. But if my hair is getting drier, at the ends especially, I'll go ahead and spray with that water sprayer. I'm now going in with my second product, which is a gel. I like to start with some type of cream or that Curl Keeper Original and then apply a gel. And I scrunch it in starting at the sides and then up from the bottom. I feel like this helps get a more even application instead of just scrunching up from the bottom. And then I will apply a little bit more. And that's a pretty generous amount, but my hair is getting pretty long at this point. When I started using this product, my hair was kind of just below my shoulders, and I was using about half of the amount. But again, I scrunch it in coming from the sides and then straight up from the bottom. So you can see this is what it looks like at this point. My curls are forming, but you can see how separated and small my curl clumps are. Now I'm gonna go in with my diffuser. I do use low heat, the lowest heat setting I have and the lowest airflow setting I have. So I am able to dry very quickly with this dryer in particular, and it just gives me a nice even airflow. So I start in from the bottom up. I don't like to start off with hover diffusing, just holding my dryer over the top, because I like to go right from the bottom so I can start my curls forming from the bottom. If I hover diffuse just on top at first, my ends already begin drying and they begin drying much straighter. So I have to go in from the bottom up as soon as I start diffusing. And then I'm just gonna flip to the other side and start diffusing again from the bottom up. Now I am creating a deep side part, and I'm going to focus on the side with less hair. I'm going to grab at my roots, pull my roots up, and then bring my diffuser all the way up. So I'm getting that nice lift at the roots as I'm diffusing. Again, I'm grabbing at my roots, lifting them up, and then diffusing up. And then I'm going to do a deep side part on the other side. And this is just helping my roots stay lifted off of my scalp as I'm diffusing. Now I'm going to dump all my curls over to one side, and again I am going to lift at the roots and bring my diffuser up and drop my hair in. And then I'm going to flip all the way over and dump them to the other side, and again, lift and diffuse. And then finally, I'm going to dump all of my hair over upside down, and I'm going to diffuse. The way I diffuse, flipping back and forth and parting it certain ways, it also helps, besides the root volume, it's helping me get all of my hair dry because I can kind of get into those underneath layers as well. There's Roman peeking in the bottom there. So at this point, I am about 90% dry, which means I am good to go and I can root clip. These are my favorite root clips of all time. It's been a huge game changer for root volume especially. So I root clip and then I do spray. This is my thickening and volumizing holding spray. I'm spraying the entire crown of my hair where I have root clipped, just to like lock that lift and volume in place. And I will either finish off diffusing or I'll even let the rest air dry. Okay, at this point, I feel like my hair is completely dry, so we're gonna take out these root clips. And speaking of root clips, so root clips are for sure one of the top things I discovered that like transformed my wash day. I never could achieve good root volume on wash day. I feel like especially with fine hair, long hair, it was just like flat on top. And I really prefer like root volume, like volume throughout, but especially root volume. If you would like to see a specific video just on root clipping, then comment below and let me know. And I'd be happy to do that for you. If I end up doing that, I'll go ahead and update the description and link that in the caption below as well. So right now my hair does have a cast, so it has kind of that like hard crunch to it, which is what really helps set the curls. So I'm going to scrunch out the crunch. I do like to use, I just use my hands, but I like to do some of this oil. It's called Nangai Oil. This one is from the Nangai nut tree. It is like pure triglycerides. I love this one so much. I typically reserve it for my face, but I tried it on my hair and I was obsessed with it. It smells heavenly. It's just this luxurious, rich, moisturizing oil. So I just dump my hair all over to one side and I just start scrunching up. And just go with how it feels. Like your hands are going to be your best way to tell when your hair is completely dry, to tell when you've scrunched out that crunch. Like I could still feel the crunch in there. So I'll go ahead and keep scrunching it until I feel like I've broken it up. Go ahead and I will do a little bit more. And I will flip to the other side. And this really helps. I feel like this gives my curls life. Like it allows the curls to expand. Just they become more voluminous, they become softer, lighter, more bouncy. But it just really helps fill my hair out just by scrunching it like that. And then the oil's just gonna help it maintain that shine. Now we're going to do a little bit of fluffing and we're going to shake out the roots. You can use like a nice hair pick if you have it. I'm just going to use my fingers. So I'm just sliding in from underneath, sliding my open fingers like this. I shake and I slide them back out. So this is going to also help with that volume, help fill your hair out. But because I'm sliding in from underneath, it's just shaking out that underneath layer. I don't want to really disturb or disrupt the curls on top, so it's just giving me that volume underneath, but still keeping my definition and minimizing any frizz. I'm okay actually with functional frizz, so just that little bit gives me all that extra volume, but I don't want to get too crazy. And that is it. So this routine gives me the most volume for the fine hair that I have. I would say I have medium density, but definitely fine hair. So I need all the help when it comes to having it look full, especially the longer that it gets, the more I need to work on that. And I really love how it gives me that volume kind of throughout my whole head, but let's see. So that is it. That is how I am able to achieve this volume on wash day, which I used to struggle with my wash days. I would do okay as the days went on because naturally my hair would kind of just fill out and get bigger on its own. But on wash day, my hair used to be very flat. It would just kind of hang there, especially through my transition phase. My wash day was kind of a mess and it was just fairly wavy, but still kind of frizzy. I don't know. It was a mess. So it takes time, and it took me time to figure out what my hair liked, what my hair didn't like, what worked better. And this routine has given me like consistently amazing results. I get comments all the time about like my full hair and how I have so much hair, but I really don't. I just focus on a really good routine that makes it appear like I have 100 times more hair than I actually have. To quickly recap, I would say personally my top tips are making sure you are selecting products that are lightweight. You don't want something that is going to weigh your hair down, so be careful what you choose with products. And then secondly, the product amount. I would say, I always say experiment. Try different products, see what works better, what doesn't, and try different amounts. So use a little more, use a little less, and see where you can get enough hold and definition without weighing your hair down. And when you're diffusing, I like to keep a lot of movement as I diffuse. I don't just diffuse upside down. It actually makes my roots like really wonky, so I like to flip back and forth. I like to get my fingers and hands in there and like help it by lifting up the roots as I dry it. And then of course, root clipping is probably the biggest tip for me. It's made the most difference for my hair. Also, styling on damp hair, that tends to really help me build volume, and creating smaller clumps. If I were to create those nice big fat juicy clumps, my hair is going to be all these separated curls that you see here, like this whole chunk would end up going into like one curl. This section would be like another curl. So it would look like I have so much less hair, and it wouldn't curl as much. On me, when I have the bigger clumps, my hair is a looser curl. So with the smaller clumps, I get the separated curls and I get more of the shrinkage. And then the finishing touches for me are always scrunching out the crunch and then shaking out the roots. So all of these things here in combination are what allow me to build and achieve all the volume on my fine hair. And then this is like freshly washed, freshly fluffed. So my hair isn't going to stay like this throughout the day. You will naturally have your hair kind of fall flatter as you're just moving around and going about your business. It's not going to stay all voluminous like you see it right now. So all I do is I flip. I'm a flipper. So if you are not used to flipping, which I never used to, I had like a super strict part back in the days. I didn't even like volume on top. I kind of liked it flatter. But now I just love the look of the volume. And now that I'm able to, that I've figured out how to do it, I love it. So throughout the day, I just flip back and forth. As this starts to like fall down a little bit, I'll just flip back the other way and it like bumps it right back up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, please make sure to give it a like below. And if you have any ideas, any questions, things you want to see in the next upcoming video, please comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching.